Welcome to Soy la Medicina by Miracles Within Us. I am your host, Aku. Welcome to your daily reading for July 4th for this beautiful Saturday. I am so looking forward to the energies of today. Enjoy! Hola and welcome, mi gente, to Saturday's reading. Here is July 4th. Ooh, already starting with the card. Let's see what the message is for today. Okay, there's some cards under that. Okay. And I know there's some planetary things occurring, and I forgot what it's called, some conjunction of a sort. However, the meaning behind the energy of it is like things are coming up to the surface, kind of like that full moon energy, right? And it's like, I no longer can hold it back. And so, whatever you're full of is going to kind of seep out, is going to pour out somehow. And if you find yourself feeling more irritated, and you finding others more irritated and on edge, there is a reason for this. We can no longer hide and deny the pain that's going underneath everything, right? Because there's a need to like address something, and it may not be your fault specifically, uh, even though you may be receiving that lash towards you, right? However, it's something to be looked at with love and compassion. And it's like there's a way where we can be like, hey, that's a lot. And it kind of feels like you're attacking me, but I'm going to have the best interest at heart and know that there's something that's bothering you. How about we calm down for a moment and talk about what it is that's actually bothering? And because of the Mercury retrograde in Cancer, emotions are high and communication isn't really clear. So it's time to like slow down, kind of get clear with yourself first, and then be able to like articulate it outwardly, right? So let's see the cards that flew out here. Whoa. All right. So we have the Eight of Swords in reverse, which is pretty good, considering it's like coming out of the blinder, out of the blind spot. Then we have here the only major arcana in the cards that came up, the Devil, right? Capricorn energy, also karmic connections, blind spots, lack of boundaries. Then right under the Devil, what was on top of the Devil, and this was kind of hiding underneath it, and if I didn't move the card, I would have not realized it, is the Eight of Pentacles, which I like this card. So it's like the Eight of Pentacles energy is about working towards your projects and actually having some level of joy with it. It's like, even though I may be indoors and things are happening out there, I am enjoying what I'm creating right now because I am feeling that whatever I'm creating is going to continue to multiply and multiply and multiply and create more opportunities for me. And in order for me to do so, I need to kind of sit down and get that stuff done. But the Devil was on top of it. So it's like there's a confusion. There's something that we need to let go. Then we have here the Ten of Wands in reverse, and we have the Seven of Wands in reverse. Okay? Which is not that bad because it's in reverse. Like if it was in the upright, I would be like, whoa, what are you holding on to? It's making you feisty, right? And then that Eight of Swords also in reverse. So there's like things are starting to come to the surface. Now, before we begin the full reading, let's see what we have under the deck. Ooh, the High Priestess. I love this. Underneath everything, underneath what is going on, the unseenness that's playing out, The true authentic self is the high priestess. And this is another major arcana. So we have two major arcanas now, the devil and the high priestess. And I want to show you this card. Okay, underneath everything that's going on, and you see here she has her laptop. It kind of brings me back to this energy with the Eight of Pentacles, getting things done, like the physical, because Pentacles is physical, it's money, it's the physical being, it's your health, right? It's the thing that is tangible, right? Out of all the suits, it's the tangible, right? So underneath everything with this high priestess energy, it's like to remember why you are here, because there's things that are going to be distracting. But I feel that because you have given yourself, you've been listening to yourself, you've been listening to the readings, you've been applying the information around the slow down with purpose. It's not just slow down because I just want to slow down. It's a slow down with purpose. As you slow down with purpose, you're able to declutter the things and create your priorities, right? The devil card is trying to create confusion, right? So the thing here is, in the past, those little incidences, like, maybe the water is not working right or the light goes out. I'm just giving random things. Your car doesn't turn on. A plan doesn't plan out the way you thought. You get a cancellation. You realize, oh, I needed to pay this bill, right? Whatever it is, in the past, it will throw you off completely. It's like, oh my God. And you would get into this rabbit hole of like, look at me, I suck, and this and that, and I'm always forgetting. Or if it's someone else, you're kind of lashing out on them, like, you're always forgetting, you're so, like, only care about yourself, and blah, 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 right? And that, I feel, is like what you used to do. But right now, the opportunity is that this is still going to occur. There's going to be some level of upset. But now, because you have slowed down a bit, you have reflected with yourself a bit. When this thing comes up, you're like, it's just the cycles of life. Yes, does it suck? Does it delay me? Yes, it might be those things. Or I was really looking forward to this outing with, this group of people, and it's canceled, and now I feel like, dang, I really wanted to do that. What is being called at this time is that you see the opportunity of working on your projects, working on what is needed, releasing the burden, right? Because the Ten of Wands is carrying too much burdens, and the thing is, like, it's carrying other people's burdens. It's also, because it's the wands is the spirit, so there's also like carrying the generational burdens of your lineage, and it's in reverse, which I like, because I feel that you're finally seeing it for what it is. You may have not completely let it go, right? Because it's still present here, right? But now the high priestess, the higher knowing, is called the bird's eye view, is coming along, right? There is like this stepping back from it for a moment to see what's going on, and not responding from like that Seven of Wands, like, you got something to say, I'm gonna knock you down. Like, there's something like that attitude, that way of self is like, it can't be here if you're gonna work on your projects, if you're gonna step into the high priestess. The high priestess energy, which is underlying everything, and the high priestess energy is not just like, hey, I'm working on my stuff. The high priestess has integration within themselves. They have integrated the journey of the Fool, which is like the beginning, the trial and error. They have integrated that with also the Magician, which is the one who could either create magic or create illusion. And it's like I've moved past the illusion. I've moved past the like that real beginning stages. And now I have the wisdom and the knowledge to do so. As you see, there's two pillars here. There's a white pillar and a dark black pillar, white and black. And to me, that's symbolizing the going in the darkness and rising, and also coming into the light and rising. And now both are here. It's not one is above the other. Absolutely not. What it is that I've integrated, and I stand being able to see and use clear discernment, right? And so there is this battle between I see clearly and then your old illusions trying to say no, right? There's some type of trickery trying to step forward from someone outside of you, right? And this could be a physical person or it could be a spirit who's trying to convince you of something. So this is a time to create protection over your mind and over your heart. So before walking out that door today, invoke the truth. Invoke your authority. I am protected and nothing that is wishing me harm. The enemies of confusion, any energy that is trying to deter me from who I am and what I'm here to do, may I see them and may they not be able to penetrate my energy. My energy is so strong that I can see it without being affected. And I can have that with humility and purpose, not with anger. Because if you are able to see it and then you go, huh, it's you, and then you start fighting, guess what? You invited that energy of anger to steep in. And when that anger steeps in, the other energies of manipulation, coercion, control, right? Deception comes along with it. Because the thing is, it's not just one energy that steps in, it's usually a team. And you know that like someone pisses you off and then everything kind of goes crazy, right? That is because all it needs is one little window, one little tear in your energy field, and then it becomes flooded with all this stuff. And that's what is trying to come in. But I feel like because you've done the work, right? Because you've done the work, you're able to see past it and have humor with it. Like, you're not coming in here. I'm not going to fight with you. You want to fight? Find someone else. Yeah, maybe what you did is disrespectful. Maybe what you said is rude. But you know something? I'm not going to start fighting with you at this time because I know the cost of this fight. And it is a cost that I'm not willing to pay because I am on a mission to doing something really great, right? With this high priestess and this eight of pentacles, I really love these two. They really complement each other. Okay? And think about eight. Eight is connected to infinity, right? It's connected to abundance. You know, eight, if you turn it on its side, is the infinite sign, right? And what is infinity? There is no beginning and there is no end. It's just a continuous loop. And where are you in this loop? Where are you in the loop of infinity? Because there's a lot of prosperity that is there for you. There's an opportunity, but there's also a distraction that's trying to deter you from the opportunity. So I want you to stand in your authority. I want you to stand confident and say, I know there will be some level of trickery today. And when I see it, I will see it, know it, and know how to respond. And I stand in my authority knowing exactly who I am and exactly my purpose here. And I will not allow that energy or any energies, any person to come in my energy field and deter me from what I have worked towards and what I am working for, because my spirit is strong. My voice is strong. My mission is strong. And I'm being called to see through this. I am seeing that I am the power that I've always been looking for. All right. Let's see any supporting cards from the Energy Oracle deck. I really like this energy, right? Because, you know, a lot of times if you see these cards come out, you're like, ay, 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 que esto? Like, what is this? What's happening here? But when you can really see who you are, then you see that, hey, it's up to me. It's up to me what I let happen right now. And yes, upset happens, and it's okay to be upset at times. But know your purpose when you're upset. What are you really standing for in your upsetness, right? Are you upset because there is an injustice and now you're going to step in and create the equilibrium, the balance of that injustice? Then that is worthy of your time. That is worthy of the energy. But if it is just to get you pissed off, to deter you from what it is you're here to do, absolutely not. We don't have time for this. We don't have time to go into another cycle. Remember yesterday's reading? And you have a choice. You have a choice to go back into the cycle or to create a new one with the wisdom that you've gained from the completion of the cycle you just did. Because we completed a cycle yesterday. We completed one. And so last night, I don't know if you felt the energies, there was a lot of intensity trying to distract us. Okay? There was distraction, but there was also strength, right? Last night, I decided to do some cord cutting rituals, candle cut, cord cutting. Oh my God, what a tongue twister. Let's see if I get it right now. Candle cord cutting ritual. Woo! I did it. See, sometimes you just need to take a moment, pause, and say, you know something, I could do this. I could laugh it through. Let me take a breath and start again. Right? And this time I started and I get it done. Right? Like my puppy. You heard him? So let's see what we have here. We have the door, and these both came in reverse. We have the door to spirit 32 and financial constraints 13. And the financial constraints was sort of hiding behind the 32, behind the door to spirit, and they came in reverse. So, whoa, wow, I just saw this. Look at the image. There's a door here, the door to spirit. You see the door, and beyond the door, there's like beautiful clouds. Sorry for the dark. Come here, my baby. He's gonna continue barking because he hears something outside. Baby, I know it's exciting out there. See, distractions. What will you do with it? I want to show you something here with these two cards. There's a door here, and there's a cabinet here with the door. I don't know if you can hear me. Let me bring you closer to me so you could catch me instead of him barking. So, you see this synchronized connection right here? How will you see the door in front of you? Will you see the door as a way, as an opportunity to go through, like this door to spirit, or will you see it as a financial constraint where there's nothing behind that door? Right? I don't know if you can see it the same way I see it here, right? But it's a door, right? Like it's like this opening, right? And so in the door to spirit, there's a dove, right? And in the dove symbolizes the voice of spirit. The dove represents the ancestral messages. The dove is representing divine intervention. right? And then we have here with the financial constraints, this door to this cabinet, but there's really not anything inside, right? And so and there's cobwebs in this one, and there's like some coins, but not enough to get you anywhere. And there's a book on the bottom shelf, right? So there's three shelves here. The top shelf has nothing. The second shelf has two coins, which is not really going to get you anywhere. And then the bottom shelf, there is the spider. The spider is actually visible in the web there. And there is a book, like a journal of a sort. That's what I kind of feel. And so, what will you do when you open the door? Will you allow the door to spirit to come in? Or are you going to just see the tangible experience you have? Like right now, I don't have no money, or I don't know how to create this project. Um, this is up to you. Again, these two both came up in reverse, which is telling me like it's up to you as to how you allow yourself to see this experience. Underneath everything here, you have an opportunity to continue on the old cycle, which is going to keep you in your blinders, is going to keep you in the devil energy, which is um restriction, control, bondage, right? But the thing with the devil energy is it's not forced. There's no way that it can come in unless you let it. And a lot of times we're like, well, why would I let it? It's because we don't understand it that we let it, right? The ignorance of not knowing how to connect with our spirit, right? The not having the knowledge and the awareness of who we are is what allows the devil to come in and deceive us. Okay? So this is why it's important at this time to build that connection and make the gap between you and your spirit smaller and smaller and smaller until it's not seen anymore, until you are emerged with the spirit as you are walking here on this earth. And yes, it can be very challenging at times, and with different people will bring up different things, and certain environments are very dense. Okay? Believe me, I know, right? So, what I am feeling in this is this choice, right? I'm going to show you this devil card for a second. You see the chains around the two beings there, the two women? That chain is around their neck, but it is not tight. They can easily, easily remove that chain. Okay? However, they don't see it. They just see what's in front of them, right? And so this is where connecting with spirit, going inward is important, because if you only focus on the tangible, what's happening out here, what's happening out here, what's happening out here, you're not seeing that you can take this chain off and set yourself free. Because again, no one can hold you back. No energy can hold you back unless you give it permission to. Okay? And that's the illusion that the devil energy is playing under in here, right? Also, the devil energy in the tarot is connected to the Capricorn. When I first found that out, because I'm a Capricorn sun, I was like, oh, that's fun, because I didn't understand what it meant. Now I understand what it means. The devil is just a representation of things to deter us, to move us out the way of what our path is, right? For a Capricorn is to recognize and see that. and use that information, the same trickery, air quotes, the same trickery that has been placed upon us, we now place it back onto the energy that tried to do it to us, which means, oh, you tried to confuse me into believing a certain pattern that's just not true about myself. Now I'm going to let you think I have that pattern, and I'm going to move on, and I'm going to surprise the shit out of you when you see that this chain is not on me anymore. When I go and I do what I need to do, when I start to be prosperous and speaking to spirit and invoking my strength, right? There is like this switch that happens when you can integrate the darkness with the light. And the darkness, again, is not evil. Evil is a totally different concept. I'm going to tell you, evil is dressed in the most beautiful things. That's how they get you. They're in that partner who's so beautiful and so sexy, and you see them and you want to spend time with them, but they have addiction issues. They have mindset restrictions. They have a way of life that is so unhealthy. They don't take care of their body, their spirit, and their soul. But they're beautiful. They're sexy. Don't let the illusion of the eyes fool you. Feel into the heart of the being. Look beyond. Look into the soul of a person. You know how you do that? I'm going to tell you. Look at them. Look at them completely. Look into their eyes when they speak. Do you see light in their eyes? How do you see light? You know the difference, because you know when you've spoken to someone and they're telling you all these nice things, yet their eyes are like dead. Like it just seems like they're like, I think you're so beautiful. You're the amazing. Wow. Look at my eyes. Don't that look creepy? Right? They're just trying to see, what they're trying to do is, will you believe what I'm saying? But and necessarily, they're not really feeling that. When someone is telling you the truth, I think you're beautiful. I think you're amazing. I love who you are. I love how you make me feel. You see the difference? Because in that moment, I wasn't trying to convince you of something, right? So there's knowing that, trusting those things, right? There's just certain things about ourselves we can't hide, like the micro expressions of our face, right? When someone finds something disgust, like they have this feeling of disgust, maybe you share something personal and they're like kind of disgusted based on what you shared for whatever reason. You'll notice like some cringing happening here. It's something you cannot change. And also like your lip kind of goes like, right? Like I can't even mimic it right now, but I know you know what I'm talking about. Pay attention to those micro connections, because we are receiving it, but we're so used to believing the words more than the energy that we dismiss a lot of the times. And then we find ourselves in connections and in situations that lasted too long, and it created too much pain. And the thing is that then we have to heal from that, right? It's not like, oh, I just went through. No, we have to take care of our spirit, because we are here for a reason, and we're only here for a period of time. And that time, we don't know how long, how short, we don't. That's why when you spend time with those you love, treasure it. Treasure those moments. Don't just, oh, I'll see you tomorrow. And like, that's like, there might not be tomorrow for you or for them, right? If there's someone you love and you have unsettled things that have not been said, it's time now to build the courage to kind of organize yourself, not to say it because the energies aren't ready yet, but to organize yourself and say, I need to mend this, or I need to say this. I need to free our spirit from this, right? That's why last night I did some candle cord cutting rituals, because I have realized I don't want either of us in the connections to have the pain anymore, right? So I'm going to release the cords, the attachment. And what was interesting when I saw my candle situation, the I saw within it that this was something that was many lifetimes one, and that it was something that my ancestors have really had a hard time with releasing. And I also saw that my energy right now and my intention and my focus, as I was sitting and watching it and praying over it, and while I was witnessing it, invoking the truth, right? If I saw something in the ritual, I was then saying, okay, I release that, I let that go, I set them free, I set us free. We allow our hearts to heal. And I would see the flames start to do things, right? Like, it was pretty cool, the immediate connection, and I felt my ancestors with me, giving me the strength. And then at one point, I started to feel so sleepy. And it was at the end, right? And I was like, no, I will not fall asleep. I will not let myself fall asleep until this is done, right? And so that can also be something like when the energy cannot come in to you, they'll try to tire you out. And I was like, no, this is so important. This is so important to me right now. This is so important to the energies. This is so important for our freedom. And that gave me the strength to play it all out and see the rest. And yes, there's still more work that needs to be done. And I will be continuing doing the work until it's done. And I don't care if it takes 10 years, I will do it. Right? And that's the dedication that is needed for everything that we do here. And the belief in our spirit. Will we let the door of spirit speak to us and guide us? Right? So I just want to see what is the bottom card here. Ah! Sorry for screaming in your ear. The healer of the ages. This has come out a few times, huh? We got number 51. It's come out a few times this week. And I like this and this one because I was just talking about ancestors. And to me, this energy gives me ancestry energy. Because it says healer of the ages. For me, it sounds like healer of the ancestral lineage. The chain breaker. Ooh, this gives me so much like engullo in my heart, like joy, like I can feel it inside of me, because it's like, this is tough. It is tough to be strong at times, right? It's like, it's a maturing of the self in a way that's still integrous to the softness of the true being that you are, the true essence of who you are, right? And embracing all of that. So the healer of the ages, I'm the healer, I'm the answer prayer of my ancestors. And as such, as being the answer prayer to my ancestors, I take this responsibility with humility and with this humbleness in my heart and in my spirit. It builds the strength in the authority and the recognition that I do not walk alone, that I come with the inheritance of all knowing spirit in the grand spirit of all that is. I am connected to the sky, the earth, the water, the fire, the air. I am that connection with my breath of life and this time of my walking grace on this earth. I now give and receive the blessings of my ancestors with gratitude for the heart that has been installed upon me. And with this heart, I create the freedom for me and my lineage and all that I encounter. And as I do this, I get stronger and stronger, and so does everyone who encounters me. I release all the judgments. I release the pain. I see through it all and trust what I see. And as the healer that I am, as the I am that I am, I see beyond the physical. I bring all that I know into union and into communion. And I now step knowing. I take every step knowing my power and my strength of my being. And I work towards the things now. I use this vehicle that is my body to create the physical, tangible experience here on this earth, knowing that I am the medicine. Yo soy la medicina. I am the miracle. I am the answer prayer. And as such, I stand with an open heart, knowing that nothing can harm me. And all the experiences that have harmed me were to teach me a lesson, a truth. It was to see the pattern and to break through. And now I break through. And any challenge that I experience moving forward, I welcome it with love and see through the illusion of the pain, surrender to the truth, and walk with my dignity intact. I am that I am. Whoa, I felt that within everything to just say that. And I ask that you find your woe, your strength in your own conviction. You can use what I've shared and multiply it into your own language, into your own being, right? One thing I say a lot to my answers is, gracias por el corazón que me has dado. Thank you for the heart that you have given me, because I am not here alone. I'm here because of you. And so I leave you with that, my friend. This was amazing. Know that you can book your free awareness call at my website, solamedicina.com. I'll have the information here. I'm so excited to connect with you, to pray with you, to heal with you, to know your story, and to help you see through the illusions. Right? I am here walking beside you, not behind you and not in front of you. I am your walking friend. De mi corazón hasta la tuya. From my heart to yours. Ciao.